This is Tarn with Maven Vapor, and I have never done a review, but I thought I would do one because I have not seen a review for the Dragon Smaug box. So, pretty cool little device. It's supposed to go up to 150 watts. It is a box mod that uses dual 18650s. Pretty cool little box. Comes in a nifty little package there. And pull that out. Back tells you all about it. Comes in 3 different colors. I like black, so I got the black one. Also comes in blue. Each one has a little dragon, but the outside and back will either be blue. You can kind of see the blue in that one. Not blue. And it also comes in silver. So silver one's kind of cool. All of them have that black front with the dragon. But pretty cool little box mod. I've actually been really pleased with it. I've been playing around with it for a little while, a couple of days, and really enjoyed it. It's made by Luxyoun. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but I don't speak Chinese, so you'll have to forgive me. Open up the box. Got a little velvet sort of casing thing in there. Holds it in real secure. Looks like that. It's pretty small. Kind of comparable to like an IPv3 or something. It's a little thicker. I don't mind though. It comes with a certificate. Lets you know somebody looked through it and made sure that it was working before it, went out the door. Comes with an instruction book, a couple pages. Just lets you know, because it's a little more complicated, I found, than some of the other box mods. I haven't messed with a ton of box mods, but some of them are pretty easy to use. This one has more features, so it's a little more complicated. You'll definitely want to keep a hold of that. I found that out when I locked my buttons and had to sit there for about 20 minutes trying to figure out how to unlock it. Comes with this charging cord, which is kind of cool. You can charge it right there. Hopefully you can see that. It's got a little phone charger sort of thing, little micro mini USB thing. Hooks up to a computer or whatever. I probably, myself, I would not hook this into a plug unless it was set up for like an Ego. Something like that, just because I don't know, I've heard bad things about hooking it up to your iPod charger or something, just too much power. But it comes with that. It comes with a little tiny screwdriver, and I am not even sure what this is. Some sort of little brass threaded. I haven't figured out what this is. I don't know what. And it's only got a single one. Oh. Looks like it actually might be another atomizer connection. Maybe this one's taller or something, but it has all copper contacts. I don't know if you can kind of see in there. Maybe all copper, probably not. Get a good angle on it, and there, kind of copper in there. So it's got like a. This one's different than most. It's not self-adjusting, it's not spring-loaded, which I kind of like. Springs kind of wear out. This one actually has a flathead sort of adjuster screw, so you manually adjust it for whatever atomizer you're using. But I kind of really like that it has no springs. I like the fact that it's copper. Copper always has a better contact than just about any other type of metal. And personally, silver plating is pretty damn cool. It's supposed to be awesome, but whenever you get something, I've gotten a lot of clones and things, and sometimes when you take that silver off, it can be whatever kind of metal they find is cheapest, be in there. But It comes with a little dragon on there. I guess that's Smaug. Huge 510 adapter with little breathers on it. I really like that. I don't like those little 510 egos. I find them really kind of flimsy. I have a screwdriver right here. Phillips on the back. It's got 2 Phillips screws that allow you to pull off the back. And don't lose those. That's always fun to search on the floor for 20 minutes for one of those. 2 screws. And unlike, because I really liked my IPv3. I think it's a solid mod. But the one thing that I didn't like about the IPv3 was that the back sits right up flush on it. So if you don't get the screws tight, or perhaps they come loose from using it all day or whatever, then your back kind of slides around and it doesn't feel solid. This one actually has, I don't know if you can see that, this little piece right there that kind of holds it in. It sits inside, so you're never going to have to worry about that not sitting flush. I already had batteries in mine. Ta-da! So, because I was using it. Who's going to get like a really nifty mod and not use it? Sorry, I didn't get it on Vape Mail Day, so, or didn't do this video on Vape Mail Day, so, you know, bear with me. But I've played with it a little bit. This runs in what I think is parallel, rather than, can't remember what the other thing's called, where the plus and minus will be like next to each other. This one has positives up top and negatives down bottom. I hear that you're supposed to get more power out of it that way. I am not sure. But there's the inside right there. Ta-da! So, not any flimsy little anything in there. It's pretty solid. It's pretty well made. It's really light. It's made of aluminum with some sort of powder coating, really scratch resistant. It's not going to scuff up. The front does get fingerprints. I'll let you know that right now. But the rest is really, you know, fingerprint resistant. Put those batteries back in there. Put this back on. Just like that. So, not too tough. It has breather holes at the bottom, which are always good. Breather holes there. Breather holes right here where it charges. You can charge this while it's on. Only time it goes off that I've found is when the batteries aren't in it. It's got a little minus right there, plus button right there, and there is your power button. The power button is really weird and sensitive. When you tap it in 5 times, it goes into a sensor mode and lets you set up and do all kinds of different stuff with it, including lock the buttons. Like I told you before, I had to spend 20 minutes trying to figure it out, because once you get into that, then you have to hold it in and like slide it over to the left, because it's like a pressure sensitive button. So that is interesting. If you do get it locked, just remember, got to get into that thing, slide it over to the left or the right, depending on, you know, whether you're locking it or unlocking it. But right there is your display. Right there. Ta-da! So I've got that up to 40 watts right now. It's really cool. It shows you your watts right there. I wish this would focus a little better, but it shows you watts right, watts right there. Goes up to 150 down to 7. So bring it down to 7 watts. Up to 150. And as you can see up there, it adjusts your volts. It'll just kind of self-adjust to what it's supposed to be for, you know, whatever watts you're running. Bring bring it back down to about 40. And then right up above your volts, it actually has how many actual volts are in your battery. And I kind of like that. I haven't seen any box mods that do that. So it tells you know your actual voltage that your batteries are putting out. Has your ohms right there. So ohms. And then it's got a puff counter. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I have had 547 puffs off of it. It will keep all of your information. It has a memory chip in there. So when you change out the batteries, unlike my IPv3, I have to set the flippin' settings every single time to what I like. Because I'm not a standard 10 watt, 30 watt, 50 watt, 100 watt, 150 watt, whatever standard settings they have, and I haven't figured out exactly how to keep those settings. So when I change the batteries, this one you saw me pull out the batteries and it was still at 40 watts and it still got my puff counter, and pretty cool. So yeah, also got your battery life. I noticed with this, it's got a lot of battery life on it. I don't know exactly how it has more battery life than some of the other mods that you know, the regulated ones that I've used, but it seems to conserve that battery a lot more. I don't know if it's because the screen goes off more or whether it just normally uses less juice or whatever. If you look right there right now, it says XX ohms. So it's got short circuit protection. It will not go, just so you know, it will not at this time go down below a 0.3 ohm. If you are down below a 0.3 ohm, it's going to let you know, sorry, short circuit protection, I'm not going to let you do it. If your batteries are overcharged, it's not going to do it. It's going to short circuit protection. It's going to tell you your batteries are funky, and it's not going to want to do anything for you. So it's got a lot of protection features in there. You know, this would probably be, it's a really good box for advanced, but it's probably a really good box for, you know, beginners too. You know, maybe you've never owned a box before. This would probably be a pretty good one for that, just because it has so many safety features. At the same time, it does so much that if you're an advanced vapor, you're probably going to have a lot of fun with it too. You can use this to charge. Leave it on, charge the batteries. Also, from what I've been told, this has upgradable firmware. So Luxyoun is pretty good. They have like the wooden box out there. It's kind of similar to this. This is like their next version of that. This one's all metal and everything. I like wood boxes. I'm just not a wood box guy. But that one was 100 watts. The firmware in it is the same firmware, same chip as this, which means it is upgradable. So at some point in the future, if they decide that they want to upgrade the firmware, they can, and you'll be able to get a download right there. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully, I don't think it needs more watts. You know, watts are pretty cool. I've never gone really above 150. I have an IPv3, like I said. I downloaded the 165 watts. I have never used it. I like having it, but I have never, ever, ever gone up to 150 watts ever. I think I did actually once, and I got such a burnt hit that I barfed up a lung, and I'm not going to be trying that again. So for the moment, I don't actually have, I have used, but I don't have right now, just like a rebuildable atomizer for it. I usually like to go a little lower on the ohms on the rebuildables, but it is nice, you know, when you're up to like 150, if you're doing like a dual parallel, say like, you know, 10 wraps with a dual parallel, so it's actually like 20 coils. You could do something like that. I think it comes out to with like 26 gauge around, 1/16 drill bit. You're going to come out at around 0.5-ish, somewhere around there, 0.4. So you could do that on this, and I hear that you get awesome flavor. I have yet to try it, and you know, now that I'm in the middle of this video, I kind of wish that I had built one so that I could do it for this video to show you how it vapes on that, and that's pretty cool at like 101 watts or something. So at the moment, I have an Atlantis Aspire, or an Aspire Atlantis. Really cool atomizer. I've always been a dripper, big fan of drippers. Ever since I switched from my original Kanger on my Ego, went with the dripper and mechanical mods and things like that, and since then I've never looked back until now. So that's awesome. Looks great on that thing. $40 They can't even see me. 40 watts, and you know, it belts it out. You could turn this up, but you know, I want to kind of save my coils, and I get really good flavor off of that. But you know, you have the ability to go up to whatever it is that you want to do. Has a 10-second feature, so you really can't puff on it more than 10 seconds. I don't know who is actually puffing on it more than 10 seconds. I have never taken that big of a hit. But you can certainly do that. Then it kicks off, which is kind of cool. So, you know, if it's in your pocket and you don't have it locked or something, it's not going to fire more than 10 seconds. It's going to kick off and go, like I said, it's got a lot of protection features. It's really nice. It's pretty light. Like I said, it's made of aluminum. It's really durable, though. I have dropped this once, not from too far of a distance, but it did actually hit a wood floor, solid wood floor, and picked it up, not a problem. I like that. Yeah. So that is the Smaug box. So go out and find one. You can find them on eBay. I have a store there with a ton of them. I picked up like 100 and something of these, and I'm probably going to pick up 100 and something more because they are flipping awesome. So you can also find these at mavenvapor.com. I have a lot of stuff there. Everything from rebuildable kits, juices, Zeus. That's what I'm vaping right there, Sprite. It's pretty Sprite-like and tasty. And yeah, come check me out. Come get one of these boxes. Not too bad of a box for 150 watts. So, thanks. Have a good one, guys. Vape on, vape happy.